out a big start, settle in some spots so that nobody can take it away, and see what they have in plan. We see, looks like Raida jumps out right out of the gate for Severny. A lot of teams dropping in the middle. School and Razak looking a little bit hot. Potentially also, it looks like one team going to be headed for Pachinki, and then obviously everything down towards the middle. They're going to get a bit spread out. Farmline Road, again, going to have people fighting for cars. Nothing too crazy. It looks like Relegats is going to get Georgia Pole entirely to themselves, though.
That's kind of surprising, honestly. You would think they'd be shared with North and South, maybe even a team going, what's like Hospital and Southwest. But then again, we had a somewhat rough playing. Rahina Game Stars alone in the North. We'll see how the circuit goes. Could be beneficial for them. It looks like Domination Team turned around and went Yasnaya rather than going for it immediately. But a lot of kind of contest and congested teams here off the center.
This is a great game for you to do something like sort of set your stake when it's a meet. What happened? What happened? Oh my gosh. Oh, you saw it before I did. Oh, brutal. That said, though, 10 pull in, may get Serbia in the long run. I assume Tempus will most likely, or maybe Snip, probably Tempus, execute that sort of phase wood sort of wood camp strategy here if they can move quickly and execute it. They've got lots of options. Wookie Bookie already looting up in that area, so you can sort of keep an eye on it and listen in to see if there's rotations. We'll jump over to what is more iconic to this tournament so far than no age limit, please, attacking a team that just did really well right out of the gate and starting the elimination process. More often here, people just are like, the players know how important a good centralized position is on Erangel, and you see the movement. Let's jump over to the guys here who are locked down on the coastline. Mutiny has had a bit of a tricky day as they are trying to fight over the ridgeline towards Smiley, who's also had a tricky day. Two teams that shine in the opens, but have been struggling in the closed qualifiers, facing off against each other right now.
Not good for either of these teams here. Obviously, both still inside the circle. It is the first circle closing.
Oh, no!
Oh, shots coming out. Doxer not connecting one nade out. Immediately, Misi's going to try to get there. He's going to hunt him down.
Oh, my God. He's so good. He's going for the peaks. Dog trying to get the pop and lock. Going for Mise. Mise gets behind the car. He is so low and has to get himself out of this by himself as the grenade is tossed up. Bounced back behind. It will be enough, and he goes down. They camped the car. They knew eventually someone would get in, and he's able to get the 1 and 2 piece out of that very slick play. Nice job from Dogs of War as he takes them apart. And M-Force proving that they are a force to be reckoned with. By the way, they only lost 1 in that early fight against No Age Limit, please. It was a 1-for-1 trade.
Right.
Mistakenly, I thought it was 2 because I saw the bodies, but M-Force making the play. They drive over him to secure the kill, and we'll go for the pickup.
That's unfortunate. That is Austrian falls out.
Ooh, our first team to take a win, eliminated in 16th place. My, how the tables have turned as we jump very quickly.
They need to try to move here, trying to get a divot to play with. The other guys are running for the car. Lost or killed one of the people here, trying to get some of the medicals probably for that. Ooh, BSD taking some shots, connecting a few. Wildcat definitely wild with the shots here, not connecting more. Oh, he actually got one. He got Yusik.
Nice.
Very nice shot here from BSD.
That's what by BSD as they decide to push forward. Fast pay Wildcats going to fast play as they say we want to go for these kills, trying to move into an advantageous position, looking for the flush. They get it. She created, gets a man down. They are going to continue the fight as they move forward. Smiley Face is going to be coming from the opposite side here very, very soon. Mutiny knows that their backs are up against the wall, literally, as the Wildcats continue to come forward very aggressively. We saw Wildcats fight earlier on Miramar inside of a compound. They seem to play very well in sort of these close confined spaces, and that's what she created will do as she comes forward. Takes a lot of damage. Zavila inside of the house, looking around, checking out the kitchens. Is I like the refrigerator. It's nice this time of year. Not holding. What is he even looking at? What are you doing, buddy?
Trying to reposition.
Turning for positional sound. Here it comes. Here it comes. Mutiny holding the spot. No idea. Well played, and the Wildcats go down. He goes for the aggressive double. Gets the kill. Stays quiet. Stays still. And it works out as he gets the 2. Wildcats are a little aggressive,
I would say. Something like that.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, where you go here, you know that the circle, basically the next circle is already established, right? Like, we know sort of where it's going to end up. So where you grab this point is going to be sort of where you stay for the next 2 cycles. Davila out there taking some shots now, and Smiley Face looking for vengeance from earlier fights. That was just a really well played camp by Zavila, I guess. I was a little worried about how he wasn't taking the fight to the aggressors, but boy, did it work out as the Wildcats got smashed. Zavila does take a hit in the head, though, and he's going to try to crawl back as the Wildcats are not quite done with them just yet. It looks like they left Dog in reserve. It pulls back with the way that it established itself. Wildcats can actually play that ridge line where their last man is. And honestly, I think they pull 2 into that position and say, okay, you know what? We can't really risk going out in 14th place. Is it worth the 2 or 3 kills against Unity? DA gets smushed by Tommel. The cannonball throwing grenades. Oh my God.
That is DA out in 15th. That is very unfortunate. And that actually means that Tempus is able to keep a 2-2 split with this. This is a really good spot, obviously.
Listen, you debate yourself there for a minute. That was highly entertaining. Besiktas locked inside of the pit as Mutiny just throws out all the utility they have. They don't quite have the range. Doing the running jump is not really possible when you're throwing from the 3rd floor. So they'll wait this one out. They'll get yet another res, but the amount of knocks Mutiny has suffered at this point could hurt them going forward into the late game. Meanwhile, it looks like Lumber Camp is a bit of a conflict.
I think TMP, they should definitely be moving off and taking the Gemty house instead of playing 2-2 here. It's currently the 3rd circle. Once the 4th circle moves, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too congested. So this is kind of the time. Looks like Tommel jumped into a vehicle as well. I feel like it's too
risky right now.
Too risky. Yeah,
I think Wookie and Pixel moved to Tommel and his teammate. I think that at that point, always rank 1 backfills, and they're in a pretty okay spot. I don't know. That split could be greater. It could be, I mean, who cares? Tommel can 1v4, so I guess stay split. Who cares, right? Mover from Mutiny up here in high ground. Looks like he wants to go for the shot. Does get 1 tag. It's not going to be able to close that double. That's my worry. Is I don't mind the split, but at some point you can't collapse anymore.
Exactly. And they're actually moving out now. It looks like look at that. They're taking vehicles, so they're trying to do something about it. Wookie is going to finish off Nuki or steal it actually from Abdallah from always rank 1. They also have a pretty good spot. Smiley face down to just yellow. He's sitting in the tower. We'll see what they can do with this. I've had my
Scott end them, and they're running a potential win. Speaking of run, Besiktas goes deep, tries to make a play on the motorcycle, down and out. IDGAF does give his life up on an attempted rotation.
A lot of synergy as well. We also saw Crowman from Snip try to send it to the tower. He actually managed to do that just close to Rahina. But again, here, Milta, staying in Milta this late, I'm not sure it's going to pay off. We have a few teams there. We have Mutiny, we have Renegades, we have the Wildcats, we have Besiktas Academy. And when they have to leave, which they eventually have to, then they're going to be camped by teams like Entropy, or I was going to say No Age Limit, but they're dead now. So that's them done for this game.
No age limits, please. Tried to play the wood camp, had to come down to chase the circle, and once everyone's locked into, but they are getting active, which is good. Smokes down, using utility, forcing the rotation, taking a lot of shots. Relegate's not happy with them as they try to defend the push. There it is. Oh, but they both turn, and they do some damage. Cyprex drops backwards because he takes some return fire. Does manage to pop up, but he goes down. He was in charge of that hold. He does lock up. They should be able to get the res. ID looks like he's going to go for the res potentially instead of the push and leave it to Next to stop the flank from Mutiny.
Oh, one more, Subila.
What? They lost 2? Yeah. Mutiny might actually pull this off? No. Surely this is not going to work. Surely running in the open on the beach is a death sentence. Relegats had 4 and the defensive position. We do see another knock. It's going to be Granula and Mover as they try to make use of this area and get around. They got a lot farther than I expected them to. Smokes need to go out. How many smokes can a team have? Is that Relegat smoking them?
More shots, not sure here. Granula taking some more shots, trying to get further. He's just trying to sweep in and get in under and get into the new position inside Sonia. This is not stupid. Next, though, has spotted him. Granula is going to throw Molly his direction to try to get some space for himself. Next is going to take a car and send it towards the center and have a new kind of fortress to play off of. More shots.
He's trying to drive the flank. He's been trying to drive around Granula's flank for the last minute and a half. But the problem is Granula is just being aggressive, and every time he hears the car move, he runs towards it.
Oh, nice.
Finally, Next finds the position and takes him out. Besiktas, by the way, goes out 13th during that process. Mover, the last shaker, coming from Mutiny, trying to find himself a position. Eindeep still down, by the way. And now what? Mover putting damage on Nex. Nex has to stop and heal himself as Mover doesn't stop the charge.
Oh, he
Smokes
finds
come
him.
out. He's down. He's down. Mover is out of control right now. Zavila finally cleans up the kill on Ein Deep. That happened a while back ago. The res never came in. Cyprax decides to push forward, chasing Mover. Probably isn't going to have much time to res his teammate as he has to now go into a weird 1v1 against a team that should have been knocked on the beach 25 ages. I don't say minutes, but it felt like it. This fight's been going on forever.
More shots coming up. Muba's going to finish him off. That is insane.
He lost.
That is Mutiny.
He lost.
8 kills for Mutiny, and they're going to be coming inside and pushing into the circle, getting a somewhat decent spot, although Wildcats is going to be behind them, so obviously they might clean him up.
F's in the chat for Religat. I don't know how. I mean, Mutiny should have been done Bugsy. Now they are. They finally go out. That's the end for them. Dogs, M-Force does come in and cause some trouble for Jupzik, who is down over there by the car. M-Force very spread out right now, just taking up. However, 3 teams on the south side of Enter. When the next circle shifts, they're going to be running out at the same time, and they're going to help Tempus do the job of defending because they're going to fight each other.
Exactly. I mean, that's inevitable to happen right now. Tempest is going to try to push everybody away, make sure they have like a circle around their compound effectively, while everybody else is going to be fighting each other around that. Tempest is just going to try to clean up as many kills and try to get as much points from this before they kind of get into the on-foot infantry game to do that late game. So we'll see how that's going to happen. I think everybody on the edge is going to annihilate each other before they even get any kills out. We'll see if they're going to be able to kind of steal some of the kills from the other teams. We'll see how that's going to go.
Tempest should win. That said, 5 kills in the bank and a good placement guarantee. They're already playing with house money. Their average numbers are going to go up on this one. Let's check in with Fast Pay Wildcats, Dog SRS, and Rupture. We saw that early fight that they were sort of taking to it against Mutiny. They're still holding, I don't want to say strong, but putting up a good fight. Domination gets themselves a nice spot on the hill. No one to the north behind them, so they should be okay there for a while. I'm glad they made that push. Entropy team taking nades from the side. Trickio does go down as they are getting pushed by Diamonds very aggressively. Diamonds coming forward. He throws the smoke out. Looks like he's going to go for the res, but you can see the nades getting queued up. Here it comes. Oh, so close.
They're continuing to push here. They want the kills before they're inevitably going to die to Tempus. This is going to happen, though. Shots are coming out from Mamik. Oh, he's going to be returned by BTM, though. And this is turned around now. This could be Entropy's game.
Entropy having a nice little turn there. Oof. They're playing it out nicely. I mean, they're both in the same boat of wanting to. They know that they probably can't win from here, so mop up some kills, win this fight. All the utility being spent on doing so as Diamond moves along the line. They do get the double there. Sunny, BTM, both go down. BTM eliminated. Entropy out as he tries to make the pass. So the res didn't work out. 2 left up on Diamond. Oh! As he opens up with a beautiful shot against Tempus. He was watching the fight, but he wasn't watching that bullet as it hit him between the eyes. They will have time to go for the res, but that pulls a defender off of his quad spot. So that does open a door for maybe Tempus to get pushed here as they try to come in. Wookie Bookie takes another shot from Diamonds, who are on fire right now, but Scofa goes down to the blue.
Yeah, they're behind themselves here. Thank you is just trying to get some more damage. Maybe they are farming a little bit here. Anything that's kind of inevitable for him to die. I'm not sure if it's even worth looking anymore, trying to get a peek, but very nice headshot at least. He's going to be denying they're going to be denying the 2 points. They're very important for them to do that.
He'll die to blue. If he's got the heals, he'll burn him. Hope somebody else goes out. In the meantime, Tempest will be able to. This is a perfect circle for them. This circle means they lock up that entire entrance vector, and all they have to do is worry about what's in front of them after that. So Diamonds will eventually go down. They're waiting to see that ladder cat sort of last kill feed. And now Smiley Face is put down. Diamonds opens fire, can't get the kill as the blue finishes him off. But Yellow FTW ends up going down to Tempest for yet another point on the board.
I'm a little nervous though, because the tendencies that I know and how they usually ends out, we should see a lot of endings that kind of close to the road. So the circle could go away from Tempus here next time.
That is a very good point. And if it does, the downside, the upside of this facility becomes the downside, because after that circle, there's not a lot of cover in their next transition. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised for them to use this incoming crate as potential cover if they make it to the next circle. This will be interesting to see, because they're going to have to go out into the open. M-Force on the high ground is about to have to push in to deal with these teams. By the way, Wildcats somehow get involved with this 3-way fight as they have slowly but surely worked their way into the middle of this map. Tempus up on top of the roof, looking for a little bit of cover. Rupture making the transition, trying to find his way in. The Wildcats have been fighting tooth and nail. All of their 9 lives invested in this cross. Tempus opens fire. Snip is eliminated, and they are absolutely dumpstering everyone, trying to make a transition. Domination back on the hill. A hill is no longer inside the circle, so Pablo and the boys, Tempus can just lock them out, go for the kills, and try to knock them down. Meanwhile, Nade takes out one of the Wildcat players from Alls. He's ranked #1 as we continue to watch Pixel lock up this side of the map. Tempus is what they need to do in order to accelerate. They need to make sure that anyone rotating to the only cover spot they have left are eliminated.
And
that's what they're going to do.
They might play to get a position off this rock and this little crate here, but it's just so open area. It's like there's a few trees to work with, and then there's an open road and flat ground here. Tempus is just sitting on the win right now, unless the next circle does shift all the way south, which I really doubt. Although always rank 1 do have a few guys to kind of play off the bat. They have to play safely to make sure something happens. So Clip takes on dogs while the car's moving and finishes off as well. Dom, though, gets the other kills, and there goes the 2. That's 2 free kills for Krisuka.
M-Force had a choice. They could push in and take the fight with always rank 1, but the Wildcats were in there engaged, so they chose to make a hard rotation.
Player to do so. We'll see what he's able to do here. Coming out, well from him. Oh, look at this connecting. No, he nearly got a $1.
He hurt him, though.
Yeah,
he hurt him. Oh, the trade, the hard peek. Wookie takes a hit as they continue to just lock up their spot. Dom does go down. Krisuka eliminated, as does the team, bringing it down to 2. So it's going to be 4 players from Tempus and 4 players from always rank #1 fighting across the open space. Always rank 1, not a lot of options here. They have to move before Tempus does. Tempus doesn't have nearly as far to go, and they have longer to wait for the blue touches them. So Tempus will lock it up.
They sent one guy already. Look at that.
They did. Okay. Here's the thing, though. If always rank 1 hasn't had to fight, if they've got the smokes to lock up half the map, they can do it.
What's Wookie doing? He can knock to the face zone. This is not public games, Wookie. These circles hurt.
You can see the prep from both sides. Clib moving forward. Always rank 1 had a lot of smoke, so they will be able to establish themselves towards the middle of the circle and buy some space. Nade's coming out. They know that Adalia is going to be making the push along with the others. He's up to a tree, has a decent little cover. Goes for the peek, goes for the spray, gets knocked in return. Clib, what a player. And Tempus will do the deed. 14 kills. First place, smart plays is how